We all know that the human characters are almost always the least interesting part of any Godzilla flick. So in some ways, it's a bold move to make an entire TV series about them. That's essentially what Apple TV+'s new series Monarch, Legacy of Monsters is. 10 episodes focused on the people present for the revelation that gargantuan monsters lived within the Earth. That means following groups of characters in 2 different timelines. In 2015, a year after the San Francisco Godzilla attack depicted in the 2014 reboot, Cate, Anna Sawai, and her newly discovered half-brother Kentaro, Ren Watabe, investigate their late father's connections to Monarch, the mysterious organization tasked with researching the so-called Titans for over 50 years. They enlist the help of Kentaro's ex-May, Kiersey Clemons, and Lee Shaw, Kurt Russell, a man who once worked with their grandfather during his own Monarch days. We also see Lee's history play out in the 1950s timeline, with Wyatt Russell stepping into the role. In that timeline, Lee serves as an intermediary between the U.S. Army and his scientist friends at Monarch, Keiko, Mari Yamamoto, and Bill Randa, Anders Holm. If you've seen 2017's Kong, Skull Island, set in 1973, you've met an older version of Bill, played by John Goodman. Here's what to know about how the MonsterVerse got to this point, and how Monarch, at its best, returns the franchise to its roots. The origins of the franchise Kiersey Clemons, Anna Sawai and Ren Watabe in Monarch, Legacy of Monsters courtesy of Apple TV+When the reboot of Godzilla was released in 2014, it felt like an opportunity to start fresh. Nearly 30 cinematic depictions of the titular kaiju already existed at that point, stretching back to the character's introduction in 1954. The vast majority of those movies were produced and distributed by Toho Company, Limited in Japan. But no American distributor had taken a real chance on Godzilla since Roland Emmerich's 1998 attempt, a critical failure that performed below expectations domestically. Here was the chance for an ambitious American director to put their own stamp on the iconic King of the Monsters. In the 9 years since the critical and financial success of Gareth Edwards's Godzilla, though, the American franchise has grown into a full-blown shared fictional universe at Warner Brothers. One not so different from, though much less prolific than, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kong, Skull Island brought the famous ape into the fold, while also introducing the idea of the Hollow Earth, an underground ecosystem where titans roamed free, growing to massive sizes due to constant radiation. That mystical place appeared on screen in 2019's Godzilla, King of the Monsters, setting up 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong, the first real culmination of the series. Think the Avengers. A sequel is due next year. Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, which will delve even more deeply into the mythology of the Titans.